Hey everybody, welcome back to your trading day. Appreciate you guys coming in to tonight's training. Tonight's training is going to be on arrow trading. Tonight's training is going to be on arrow trading and how we use the arrows to our advantage. All right, and I put this little thing in here, arrow trading and how to shoot them. Right, arrow trading and how to shoot them. So let's get right into the content, okay? When we last left off, the last video I made, we talked about the 30-minute charts. Okay, here's a 30-minute chart. And we talked about drawing trend lines, how we draw them, what we're looking for to give us an idea of what is going on overall with the instrument and what we should be looking to do with that instrument, okay? After we get done with the 30-minute chart and the analysis, the next thing we want to do is go to what I call our trading charts, where we trade from, okay? And when I get to the chart, there's a few things I want to do. And we're gonna do some examples here of arrow trades. Okay. The first thing I want to do is I want to look at the moving average lines. Okay. There's two moving average lines. There is a 50 moving average. That's the dark purple line, a 50 moving average. And there is a 200 moving average, which is the purple dotted lines, okay? When the 50 moving average line is above the 200, we would only take buy trades. And that's only if we were looking to take buy trades from the 30-minute chart, okay? So if we were looking to take a buy trade on gold, this is the gold chart, we want the 50 moving average to be above the 200 moving average. If we're looking to sell gold, we want the 50 moving average, like over here to the right, to be under the 200 moving average. Okay? First thing we look at. It's easy. Tells us if we should look deeper. Okay? Now, we're going to play make-believe for a second. And I'm just going to tick through these charts to show you different scenarios on when we would take trades, okay? And we're not going to talk about the trend is up on a 30-minute chart or the trend is down on a 30-minute chart, okay? Take that out of your brains for a little bit. The only thing we're going to look at is the 50 moving average and the 200. So if the 50 moving average is above the 200, I'm going to be looking for blue arrows. If the 50 moving average is under the 200 moving average, I'm going to look for red arrows. Okay? Pretty simple. So right now, looking at gold, the 50 moving average is under the 200. So I'm looking for a red arrow. So I can click through this. Hold on a second. I got to make sure you guys can see this. So I can click through this. And right here, you can see we got a big runner to the north. Right here, the 50 moving average is actually going through the 200, isn't it? So now I'm only looking for buy trades. Buy trades. Here we have a candle that's retraced down. Beautiful, right? We're looking for a blue arrow, remember. Right now, we have a blue arrow at the bottom, and we can see that a red arrow is going to come up. We now have a red arrow. So the 50 moving average has crossed over the 200. So I'm looking only for buy trades, and I'm looking for a blue arrow. I just had a red arrow, so now I'm going to enter on a blue arrow that pops up, okay? And I'm strumming along, and nothing. Now the 50, here's a blue arrow, okay? However, all the bars right now are under the 200 and the 50 moving average. I need the bars to be above the moving averages, okay? That's not the case right now. Let's continue on. Now the 50 moving average is under the 200, which tells me I can look for a sell trade now. The 50 is under the 200, so now I'm looking for a red arrow. And now the bars go above the 200, so no trades. Now I get a red arrow, right? Now I get my red arrow. However, the bars are above the 50 moving average. You can't trade this yet, okay? Can't trade it yet. We fall underneath it. The 50 is now above the 200, and I'm looking for a blue arrow, and right here I get it. Boom, blue arrow. Okay? I am in this trade. Blue arrow. Now, you might see a little green arrow here. Disregard that. That's the iTech robot. So the iTech robot took this trade at the same time we would have. Okay? Trading on this blue arrow right here. We bought this. Okay? We bought the gold at this level right here. It continues to move up. Okay? Now, a question always comes, where do we place our stop loss at? So one of the things we want to do, let me take a snapshot of this. It's easier for me to explain things when I can draw them out for you. So a couple of things. So we got in the trade because why? The 50 moving average is above the 200 moving average. That's one. Two, I got a blue arrow. I got a blue arrow. So because of the blue arrow, I entered the trade right here at the top of this bar. Okay? When that happens, my stop loss, I want to place my stop loss 25 ticks under the trade. 25 ticks under where I got in at. And remember that we like to move our stop loss as quickly as possible out of risk. Okay? Let's continue on. So my stop loss is down here 25 ticks away. This is where I got into the trade. And right up here, I hit my first target of 10 ticks. 10 ticks. So at that point, I want to close out 2/3 of my contracts. 2/3 of my contracts. And I want to move my stop loss from down here, okay, to 1 tick under the last completed bar, which is right there. Okay, 1 tick under the last completed bar. No matter what happens with this trade, I'm in profit because I closed out 2 contracts when I hit 10 ticks, so I'm plus 20 ticks. If this goes against me, it knocks me out minus 6 ticks, let's say. I'm still up 14 ticks on the trade. Right? Okay, cool. Let's continue on. Let's see what happens here. Oop, it's still going up. Still going up. Look at that. Nice, right? We keep on moving. Another picture. Another picture here. We keep on moving our stop loss up. 1 tick under the last completed bar. Okay? That's all you need to do. Sooner or later, look at, there's another one that went up. And another one. And another one. Great trade, right? Look at that. And another one. And yes, another one. What a trade. And it keeps on going up. Look at that. So let me take another snapshot. We're in this arrow trade. And all we do is we keep on moving our stop loss up one tick under the last bar. Now, eventually what will happen is a couple of things. One, you see this wick right here? That wick would have stopped us out. If we had our stop loss one tick under this bar right here, this wick would have stopped us out. Okay? Now, let me talk to you about another thing. As the trade moves in our favor, we want to give the trade more room. So I was saying before that we move our stop loss one tick under the last completed bar, right? But the rules state, let me pull up the rules here. I'm actually putting together a PDF with the actual rules in it for everybody. Hold on, let me find it. Once we have 6 bars of the same color, okay, let's count them. 6 bars of the same color. So let's not count them until we're in the trade. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once we have 6 bars of the same color, we want to start giving the trade more room. Okay, meaning we don't put our stop loss so close anymore. Okay, so you have a couple of different options. One of the options I love is placing the stop loss on our dashed line right here. As our dashed line goes up, we move the stop loss up with it. This will keep you out of getting stopped out on a run like this. You see this? We've never gotten stopped out. A bar has not hit the blue dash line. Let's see how long that lasts for. It goes up again. It goes up again. It goes up again. And look at the dash line is going up with it. Dash line, up again, up again, up again. I can say that how long. Look at this. It just keeps on going up. Let me take a snapshot of this just to remind you what's going on here. Let me erase these on over here. Look at this. Our stop loss, we're just moving it with this blue dash line. Okay? Every time we get a new bar. Every time we get a new bar. Now the blue dash line flattens out, and then it continues to go up, and eventually we get stopped out. Okay? That was a beautiful run, was it not? We got in down here at about, we'll call it 1186, and got stopped out at 94. 86, got out at 94. That's 80 ticks. Wow. And the robot, yeah, that's right. The iTech robot will automatically do that for you. So now we have a red arrow. We don't want to sell because we're above the 50 and above the 200. We're looking to buy again. Okay? Here we have a red arrow. Now things start to turn again. We're looking to get in on a blue arrow. There it is. Another trade on gold. Another blue arrow. It goes up. It hits our target. We collect 10 ticks. We move our stop loss up. And then we just trail the trade with our stop loss until we eventually get stopped out again. Nice, right? How nice is that? Let's look at oil. Okay? Let's look at oil. So oil's dropping here, right? Oil's dropping. The 50, we could not sell oil here because the 50 was above the 200 moving average. So we would not sell it. Now the 50 is coming through the 200 moving average, isn't it? It's coming through the 200 moving average right there. Now we can look to sell it. The only problem is it's already dropping. So we have to wait for it to retrace. Okay? So now we have a green bar. Okay, let me take a snapshot right here. Okay, let me get rid of this blue arrow. Let me get rid of this red arrow. So here we are, rocking and rolling to the south side, right? The 50 moving average has crossed over the 200. Now we can look to sell this thing. We have all these red bars. Where are we going to sell it at? Well, we can't sell it yet, but I'll tell you, once we get a green bar, okay, now we can look to sell this. And I don't have my power numbers on here. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. That's not going to work either. So normally, I would have two sets of numbers here, okay? One down here and one up here. So when I get that green bar, I'm looking for the next bar to turn red. Okay? I'm looking for the next bar to come down, turn red, and you better believe it, I would get into that trade if that happened. So one bar of the opposite color, and then it goes back into the direction it was going in. We call that a continuation trade. We sell it. All right? This is called a continuation trade. One color bar of a different color, and then it continues on, turns red again. Then we sell. We get back into the trade. Now in this case, looking at the chart here, we'll see that we got two green bars in a row. So when that happens, anything over one bar, we've got to look for that red arrow, okay? And right here, the red arrow pops up, and we are now in a sell trade, okay? It falls down, it hits our target. We close out 2/3 of our trade. We move our stop loss so we can get a profitable trade no matter what happens, and we follow this trade down until it retraces and stops us out. Okay? Then we look for another sell trade. Look at that, another red arrow. We follow it down. Same thing, looking for 10 ticks. We get our 10 ticks. We close out 2/3 of our trade. We move our stop loss into profit and let it ride down, following it with our stop loss. Eventually, it's going to retrace and knock us out. And I don't know if that would have or not. Okay? That would have been close. Okay, let's look at a couple more trades. These are current ones, actually, that just happened today. The 50 moving average is over. Let me take a snapshot of this. This might be easier. Because here's two trades that took this afternoon, as a matter of fact. Okay? So let me point out some things to you. The 50 moving average is over the 200 moving average. Okay, that tells me I'm looking for a buy trade, right? I get a blue arrow right here telling me to go ahead and buy. So I buy right here, my entry point. Okay? And as this rock and rolls to the north, I am moving my stop loss behind it. I collect my 10 tick profit, and I move my stop loss behind these bars. Okay? Eventually, I get stopped out, right? Then what happens? Oh, look. Look, Steve. I got another blue arrow. What does that mean? It tells me to get in again. I ride this up a little ways. This is a smaller trade. It gets me my 10 ticks. I move my stop loss into profit. Another profitable trade. Cool, right? Cool, right? Now look over here. Let me point something else at you here. Over here we have a red arrow, right? Looking to sell. But what's wrong with this picture? The 50 moving average, the deep purple line, is above the purple dashed line, the dots. If I'm going to sell, the 50 has to be under the 200, right? So I can't sell. I would ignore this. I would ignore this red arrow up here. Ignore it. And you guys will be happy to hear that eventually you won't see arrows that we don't need. How does that sound to you guys? You won't even see that arrow. It won't even come up. Nice, right? Right. Also, please note that the iTech robot, these green arrows, took these 2 trades, made $490 when I was out shopping today. How sweet is that? It entered the trade. It moved my stop loss. It closed the trade. I made $490 while shopping. That's what I'm talking about. All right? So what I want you to do is, I want you to come into the live trading room in the morning. If you have not been doing that, what the heck? Come on now. Come into the morning trading room with me. Let's trade together. Let's make some money together. Isn't that what you want to do? Come into the morning trading room. Let's trade together. It's a lot of fun. I can teach you exactly how the system works in real time. And we'll make a lot of money together. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? All right. That's it for this training video. If you have any questions, please Skype me or shoot me an email, all right? And I'll see you on the next training video.
But I couldn't tell you what's good or bad. I'm only hoping that you understand this feeling when I'm holding your hand.
I could just let this video run because I love this song. All right. That's it, guys. I'm out of here. Thank you.